If Sarah has anything she'd like to say for everybody, or we can just kind of wait a minute or two.
I'll wait a minute here to see who's getting on, check in with one other person that's supposed to get on here. Logan, do you see Jody on? She asked if she's in.
I do not see her yet.
Okay. For everybody who's watching, we're getting a minute here, and then we'll get started with the actual meeting.
Yep. All right, we've got quite a few people. Hello, Robbie, and I'm guessing it's Nikki, but she's logged in as Riley. Tara Tucker, awesome. Hello, everybody.
Jody said she's in something, so I'm trying to. You don't happen to have her phone number, do you, Logan? I don't think so. I'm gonna see if I can through my iPad send your.
Yeah, if you just send her number over, then we can go ahead and you can get started, and then I'll try to work out that issue with her.
Okay, I actually pulled yours up, so I'm gonna send it to her and then to tell her to contact you to get on. Okay. Sorry, everybody who's watching us, just figure this out. Okay, I think we got it now. There we go. Trying to watch this. I'm going to mute my thing so I can see when you guys all ask questions, hopefully. So hi, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started with a word of prayer. Dear Lord, I thank you so much for this day. I thank you for just the day and age that we live in, the technology that we have, that we can still continue to meet in spite of the difficulties that are going on right now. I thank you for each one that is attending now and each one that will watch, and that you would work in all of our hearts. Show us how you would have us to follow you in this ministry, and we thank you for that. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, so for anybody, I'm looking at all who's on here. I think you all have been here before, but if not, my name is Sarah McDaniel, and I am the expansion coordinator for Isaiah 117 House, Marion County. I would assume if you're on here, you're familiar with this ministry, but if you're not, for some reason, I would encourage you to go back to our Facebook page, go back to our videos. We have quite a few videos of different meetings and things where there's a lot of explanation there of just who we are and what it is we're doing. So I just realized I don't have time on here, so I'm going to close that so I can make sure I know what time it is while I'm talking to y'all and don't go too long. First thing is kind of order of business. So we normally, when we all meet together, we have a sign-in. It's just really beneficial for us to be able to see who's coming to meetings, and obviously we can't necessarily do that here. So I just wanted to ask a quick favor of anybody who's watching now, or if you watch later, not necessarily everybody. If you don't live in the area and you're just curious of what this is, you are very welcome in our meetings, and we're glad to have you. If you are local and you would like to be involved, or you're wanting to find out more, and that's why you're here, because you want to find out more about this expansion, and if you would be possibly coming to the meetings in person, if we ever get to have them in person, if you would just do me a favor and just leave a comment, just a hi, a wave, anything in the comment section, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, just for us to kind of get an idea of who is participating. That would be really awesome. And so now we're going to give some updates of this, what's happened over the last month. Last time we met was the first Sunday in November. I just wanted to, first of all, thank some people for some donations and stuff this month. I don't know how many of you are on Facebook or read our newsletter. Hopefully you're getting most of those, but a girl named Katie Potter, who's a senior at a local high school around here, she entered their Gone Boarding class, does skateboards and all kinds of different boards. My daughter's in the class. I should know more than that, but it's not coming to mind right now. So they had a national Gone Boarding contest to design a deck, and she won the national contest. And the prize is they print off, or they, I guess, manufacture 50 boards with her design on it. And she chose Isaiah 117 House, Marion County. The class voted together and chose us as the beneficiary. So they'll be selling those boards, and all of the proceeds will go to Isaiah 117 House, Marion County. So we're very excited about that. If you'd like information on how to order a deck or to see it, you can go to our Facebook page, and we have a post there. Also, I won't name them because I know them and know that they probably don't want that, but there's a couple that donated money specifically for us to be able to do something special for DCS this Christmas. So we'll be working on that this month, but we're very thankful that someone decided to do that. And also there were several of you, maybe listening, maybe not, that took part in Giving Tuesday and made donations to our expansion, and we're very thankful for that as well. As you probably know, we are in the awareness raising stage where mostly we're just looking to tell people, but the funds are being raised too, and we're very thankful for everybody who's partnering with us in that way, even this early. And so as far as updates for the month, as is probably not that surprising, there's not a lot of opportunities with all the restrictions for us to get in front of groups. We're working, but it's been tricky to do that. I have had a few meetings this month, phone meetings, a couple of in-person meetings with some churches, and also with, I actually got to talk quite a bit with someone from the Indianapolis Junior League about the possibility of partnering in 2021. So we'll see where that goes. You can pray about that, see what God will do there, and a couple of other people who have reached out about, an organization. So we're still exploring a lot of those. Also, last week, hopefully all of you had a chance to participate or watch it afterwards, but if not, we were able to do Share the Vision is what we called it, but it was just a 2-hour live last Friday, where we were able to just do a combination of things. We had Riley Wilson, who's a former DCS family case manager. He got on and was able to share DCS perspective. We had the two program coordinators from the Vanderburg Open Isaiah 117 House get on, and they were able to share some things from that. So I just wanted to thank everybody who participated, everybody who got on and spoke and shared some things, and also to Logan. Didn't ask for this, but thank you to Logan. He put a lot of work into that and to this tonight. I was kind of laughing earlier this week thinking, we didn't, I'm sure Logan didn't think when I asked him, I didn't know what I was asking him. Really, I'm sure he didn't think that it was going to be quite this involved when he agreed to do this. But I'm very thankful for his expertise and his willingness. Also, somewhat of a development. I don't know how many of you, the word has kind of gotten out, but early on we talked about that the size of Marion County and the number of offices they have and the number of children in care is over 3,400. That a ministry like Isaiah 117 House, we are going to have to partner with one of the offices. There's a north, south, east, west. North and south are actually in the same building right now. And so after talking with Rhonda, just kind of talking with other people, we did decide that we are going to partner with this first house, at least with DCS West. Alexis Carrier, if you've been to some of our meetings, you've probably met her, heard from her. She works at DCS West. And so this month I was able to, with Rhonda, meet with Peggy Serby, who's the Indianapolis or Marion County Regional Director or Regional Manager, and also with Justin Tillis, who is the local office director at DCS West, and just kind of, talk to them and officially decide that we are going to partner with DCS West. And so what that looks like right now is concentrating in that area somewhat with awareness raising, although we will, again, speak to any group that we can speak to and talk to anybody we can about it, as we are encouraging you all to do as well. But when it comes to things like Christmas and things like that, we will concentrate on helping them. And just for you guys to know, DCS West has, so Marion County, Indianapolis has over 3,400 in care right now. Just DCS West has over 1,200 in care right now. And of course, that number can fluctuate, but that just kind of puts it in perspective still, that even for us just partnering with DCS West is still significantly bigger population of children in care than the biggest county so far that's open for Isaiah 117. And so we will continue to work with them to help them. So when we're talking going forward about how we can help DCS, how we can help kids before our doors are open, we will mainly be working with DCS West. That doesn't mean we can't work with others. When we do get our doors open, Lord willing, that doesn't mean that we will say no if someone from DCS South or North or East calls and says, hey, can we bring, this, we're removing this child, can we bring them to the home? If we have opportunity and there's not someone already there that we can't have more kids in the home, we still will work with them as well, but we're going to be mainly partnering with DCS West and obviously praying that more homes will be coming to Marion County as well to help with that. So that's a very exciting development to just continue to give us direction as we go. So as we continue on here, just a reminder that we do have a newsletter that goes out the first Friday of every month. So if you did sign up for the newsletter and you're not getting it, check your junk box for sure. If you're still not able to find it, email me or contact me, however, and I can check and make sure we have your correct email address and we can figure out how you're getting that. If you do have others who are interested in getting the newsletter, you can give me their email, but you also can go right on the website and sign up for the newsletter there. And there's an opportunity, a drop-down box to choose which newsletter. So you can just choose Marion County, or you can do that for them if they want to. Also, we have a campaign going called Share Your Why on Facebook and I believe on Instagram as well. And Logan's going to get on here after I'm done and talk a little bit more about that. He's going to talk a little bit more about just how to do that. But what I wanted to explain a little bit is just what we mean by that. We're not asking for you to have some great, very profound statement. What we want you to do, if you're willing, is just get on and just talk to people about why. Why do you think this is a good thing? Why do you want to be involved? Why do you think this is important from your perspective? It doesn't have to be long. We're thinking 3 to 5 minutes, but if you get on there and you've got a minute, we'll take it. We just want, as we have this time of COVID restrictions, to be able to use social media in the best way that we can. And we think that will go a long way for people to hear from you, your friends and your contacts, to hear from you why you think this is an important ministry and why you want to be involved. And then, so that's what that is. So as we have Christmas coming up, just a couple of things. So we did talk about at our on our Share the Vision last week, and it was in our newsletter that for November and December, and then you would be able to basically get an ornament if you donated in honor of someone for their Christmas gift. They would get an ornament sent to them, but the ornament sold out, and then they got more in, and they sold out again, and that's all we're going to be able to get. So that is not happening anymore. If you do still decide to do a donation online in honor of somebody, you can still include their address and everything, and that is a Christmas gift, and they will send them a certificate informing them of the donation. So that is still a gift option. We just can't include an ornament. Also, Alexis Carrier, who I mentioned before, who works at DCS West, she said there are opportunities for the remainder of the month to be able to sponsor children or a sibling group for Christmas. So if you would be interested in that, if you could email Alexis, her email is alexis.carrier, CARRIER, at dcs.in.gov. And if you didn't get that, you can contact me and I will give that to you. You also can purchase new toys and gift cards and send them there, and they would use them for kids who come through the office, especially the week of Christmas, and they don't know what that's going to look like, what Christmas is going to look like for these kids if they're removed over the holidays. And so they like to have those things on hand to just help make their Christmas a little better. Also, along with that, DCS West does not have a Christmas tree, and so we thought it would be really great if we could take a Christmas tree over there, set it up, and decorate it for DCS, just to help them out, bring a little bit of Christmas cheer to their office, but also for the kids that do come through to be able to have a little bit of Christmas there. So what we're looking for is a Christmas tree. So if you have one that's not a terrible tree, that's slightly used, or if you want to donate a new one, email me. I would love to get that from you and be able to take that over to their office and just be able to bring some Christmas love to DCS and to the children that will be there. Lord willing, hopefully maybe we'll have a home open next year, and so that we'll be able to do that there, but right now there's not, and so the kids are going to the office and we'd like to help out as much as we can. Just real quickly, I'm looking at my time, making sure I am I think I'm going to turn it over to Logan now. He's going to explain a little bit about the Share Your Why, how you do that. And then we'll hear from our subcommittee heads, and then I'll get back on before we split up into our subcommittee groups. So thank you all for listening.
Awesome. Thank you, Sarah. So hello, everyone. You probably already know me by now. If not, I'm Logan Clark. And I'm just going to go ahead and share this graphic. This is the same graphic that you've probably seen on our Facebook or Instagram, but it just very simply lays out kind of how to do the Share Your Why video. So we're not expecting this to be like a high quality production film. Obviously, it's just going to be something you record with your phone, or you can even do it with like your laptop webcam or whatever is most convenient. And then depending on the size of the file, we may have you send it via text or email. We haven't quite nailed that part down. For iPhones, they send videos very easily through text, but Androids are a little bit different. So there's really no formal process as far as doing it. You just record the video and you kind of mention some of the things that Sarah talked about. And then what you'll do is message our page and say, hey, I've done my video. What do I do with it now? And we'll give you some instructions from there. And then it's going to be posted. So we kind of, we're hoping to do it every Saturday. We've had a few Saturdays open. We didn't always have videos to schedule, so they'll be posted on Saturdays. And we'll let you know which Saturday it'll be posted on, so you can look out for it. And then from there, once it's posted on our page, you'll share it to your page. That way, hopefully your friends see it and share it, and so on and so on. So we're kind of hoping that your friends and family seeing your face talking about it versus our faces and our voices, that will go a little bit further with them. So that's kind of the reason why. And then, so if you want to check out this graphic on Facebook or Instagram, it is there, so you don't have to write all this stuff down. Other than that, it's a pretty simple process. And if you have any questions at all, of course, we're more than happy to answer them. So you can send a message to our page. So that's really all the details I can share at this time. I think we're going to go ahead and move on to the subcommittees. So I will go ahead and pick someone at random. let's go with, how about Ursula? So she is ready to go. We're gonna pop her in here. Oops, there we go. Okay, hello, Ursula.
And thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ursula Phillips, and I head up the subcommittee for speaking engagements. So what we do is we go into the community, we contact people, and we try to find individuals, groups, businesses, organizations that Sarah can then go into and share the vision of Isaiah 117 House, so people are aware of it and can decide how they want to be involved. What we're working on right now, since we found out that we're going to be working with DCS West, we have had a couple people give us lists of specific organizations that are on the west side, so we're excited about that. We're going to start really concentrating on those, but we're still working in the entire community because there are people everywhere that are going to want help. We are in contact with some doctors, other medical professionals who are open to letting us present Isaiah 117 House to their staff. So we're working on that. We have a contact, actually, this one's exciting, I think, with the Fort Benjamin Harrison Army post that's local in Marion County. We are working towards maybe being able to present Isaiah 117 to the military families that are stationed at Fort Ben. We're very excited about that. We think they would be fantastic partners to work with us in this. Lots of churches, some schools, some local businesses. We have had some of you who are outside of our subcommittee have shared contacts with us, and we appreciate that very much. We are following up on all of those, and we would love to have you share some more with us. Anybody you know, anybody you work with, any organization you're a member of, religious organizations, civic organizations, businesses. We want to talk to everybody that we can. So share your ideas with us. Thank you.
Awesome. So the best way to get in contact with you is through email, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
And I'm going to pop your email onto the screen for everybody. They can write that down and hopefully get some leads to you. So while they're looking at that, I will go ahead. Thank you for sharing, Ursula. And we will move on to Kim Piercefield, who is our t-shirt lady. I guess that's the proper term. All right, whenever you're ready, Kim.
My name is Kim Piercefield, and I am the t-shirt coordinator. So our main purpose is to go places, set up tables, be able to spread awareness of the Isaiah 17 House, and sell t-shirts and hats. We have tried various places to try to be able to go in somewhere to be able to set up the table, but unfortunately with COVID, we've not been able to do that. We've reached out to churches that have youth basketball programs, but unfortunately, some of those aren't even having the programs. And if they are, they really didn't want extra people to come in. We have contacted YMCA in Marion County, and we haven't heard back from them yet. And we also have contacted Castleton Square Mall and Greenwood Park Mall, and we haven't heard back from them yet either. I know they're feeling a little like they're busy during this time for the holidays, so I thought I might wait until after the holidays and reach back out to them again, and hopefully they'll have some room to be able to let us set up. We've also had people that have looked into various some of the schools to see if they had any activities going on that we could set up. But again, a lot of the schools have went virtual at this point. The same thing with the events. We looked into doing setting up tables like at the Drumstick Dash, but again, that went virtual as well. So we are trying, but we just haven't had much success of finding any place to set up our tables. We have done some social media posts. There is a post on Facebook and on Instagram. So if anyone could, if you guys periodically could just go find those posts and reshare them, and just kind of keep that out there that we're selling shirts and that the proceeds do go to the Marion County House, that would be great. We would appreciate it. We are also we're doing the promotion where if there is someone who's shut in and can't get out, that we'll deliver it and just leave it at their doorstep. So we're trying to figure out the best way to get into some like assisted living, nursing homes for their newsletters, just to let families know. So families might want to send something to a loved one. I think we will probably, I know a lot of them, you can't even get past the front door. So I'm thinking maybe we will start with just emailing the directors of the facilities. But if anyone has any contacts with that, we would appreciate it, because we do feel that would be a great way to build awareness, but also touch those that aren't being able to see people. I do personally do some home health, and I'm in some assisted livings, and I know most of them have still just been, locked down since March and haven't been able to see families. So it is, it's a sad time for them for sure. So we would just appreciate any contacts that anyone might have that we could set up our table, spread awareness, and sell our t-shirts. If anyone has any ideas or contacts, please share them with me. Please share the post on Instagram and Facebook, so that we could get out the word with more t-shirts. Unfortunately, I think this month in November, we just sold like 4 t-shirts. So we really would like to see, that increase and get our shirts and products out there so people can see our name and start asking, a little bit more about our organization. So if anyone can do that, that would be great. And I guess that's it. If you have any other contacts or anything for us, please just let us know. And we will deliver everything locally. We'll deliver it to whoever might order.
Awesome. So I'll go ahead and put your email on the screen as well. People can contact you there, or if you forget to write down the email, you can also always just message our page, and we're more than happy to forward that information to whoever it needs to go to.
Great.
Awesome. Thank you, Kim.
Nope.
Now we are going to have Jody DeBoer share, and she is the head of the Lemonade Stands Committee. Let's see here.
Live.
Hello, how are you?
I figured it out. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for bearing with me during all that.
Absolutely.
Okay. So like Logan said, I'm Jody, and I'm with the Lemonade Stand Committee. I've yet to make it to an in-person expansion meeting, so bear with me on this. I'm really excited. This is a really cool thing to be a part of. So we actually haven't been able to have lemonade stands that I'm aware of, obviously due to, as everyone has said, broken record, COVID. So have the marshmallows and the powdered milk and all that in them. So the same thing as she said with the t-shirts, we would like to see if families would like to have these delivered to shut-ins, or maybe some older family members that they're not able to see. We would drop them on the doorstep as well within the Marion County, as far as I know. And this is just kind of a great gift for neighbors, and even the mail carriers, trying to leave them something, youth groups, nieces, nephews, you name it. Just a cute little $5 hot chocolate jar goes a long way when it's raising the awareness for us. So what we're needing, I've got my notes here. We are needing, thank you, Nikki, for putting together the Amazon wish list for it. So that link, I'm not sure if Logan has it, but I know that it's floating around somewhere, and that has the list of the needs that we could use donation-wise. But if you're maybe a Costco shopper or Sam's shopper, and you'd like to just buy some things in bulk and drop them off at my house or Nikki's house, that would work as well. So basically, cocoa powder, the whole milk powder, powdered sugar, chocolate chips, mini marshmallows, candy cane or crushed peppermints, and mason jars, of course, the 6 ounce with lids, and then some red string or ribbon. And then we want to put labels on there to kind of continue the message of love, you're not alone. So that this kind of, all the proceeds obviously are going to go to Isaiah 117, Marion County. And so donations are big right now. So if we can just get some donations of these items to make these jars happen. And then volunteers also to prepare them and package them and put them together, and then possibly maybe be on a delivering list. So when some orders come in, we are able to get those delivered where they need to go. And so basically, I think that's really it. You can contact Nikki or myself. I don't know where the information's going. This isn't the right email. If you have my husband's name, Logan, sorry, but my email is jodideboor@yahoo. And then somehow maybe we can get Nikki's information as well. She's the one who created the Amazon wish list for us. I think that's it. So I think I'll turn it back over to you, Logan. If I'm missing anything, hopefully someone can chime it in later on something.
Yeah, so I actually have the image that Nikki sent me. So I just put that on the screen for everybody to see. So that's essentially what they're doing. It's super cool. So we're definitely hoping to get some donations on that and then also some orders.
Right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So now we are to our last but not least. We have Keith Smith with our fundraising luncheon. So I'm going to bring him in. Maybe. There we go. Yep. Hello there.
So just wanted to touch base with everyone tonight with some of the best news so far. So we do actually have a place for our luncheon finally. Thanks to Sarah and all of her hard work on that. She has now talked to the 1899 Event Center. It's down on Tibbs in Washington, essentially, kind of in that area. But April 20th, 2021. So mark your calendars. We also have a date. So we're moving forward with our luncheon. And so what that's starting to look like now, even as everybody said already tonight, with COVID issues, we're looking at having a lunch and a dinner, both. And having some downtime in between those, obviously. But because of the COVID issues that we've been going on with as far as the amount of people that we can have in, so we're looking at 200 people for lunch, 200 people for dinner, and being able to do the presentation and everything with them live in person, because it is about a 5,000 square foot dining room and everything for us to set up in. And so from that standpoint, we're going to be able to social distance and everything from that aspect at the tables and being able to set up with half or 50% occupancy. So we should be good with that. And then Nelson on our subcommittee is already working with a caterer as well to be able to start setting up what it's going to look like for the food. And so what we're looking at now is just being able to be the hands and the feet to be able to have things set up, decorations and things of that nature that Isaiah 117 is going to be able to help us with as well. But still the setup and the tear down and the cleaning up and everything at the facility there, 1899 Event Center as well. So those are kind of the big ticket items for us. And if you want to check them out, it's actually 1899indy.com. And so that's that part of it. And then moving on to another one that we're trying to work on right now is also a pastor's luncheon. It's got about 25 different churches that are represented there as well. And unfortunately, they only meet every other month. So what we're looking at now is not being able to meet with them until March. So looking at March being able to be that date that we can meet with all these pastors, and they're specifically meeting for ministry updates and outreach opportunities within their community. So I think it's going to be a great idea to be able to meet with them. And what that's going to look like is either just providing a lunch for them and then being able to give Sarah the opportunity to really pour her heart out to them about what Isaiah 117 is going to be doing and what it's going to be offering as a ministry to the DCS on the west side. So that's kind of the two big ticket items for us right now that we're moving forward with finally. So super happy for where we're at and what we've actually had happen all within this past week. All that's really been pushed forward. So thank you, Sarah, very much for your help on that one as well, for making that connection and setting forth everything with that. So thanks a lot, guys. And if you have different opportunities for us to continue to look at with different luncheons or breakfast or anything with groups of pastors or church membership or anything of that nature as well, that's something that we're willing to look at as well when we're getting together with so many different grouping opportunities to be able to move forward and share the vision.
So I'm going to go ahead and bring Sarah back in, and she can wrap up with any final words before we break out into subcommittees. I do want to put, so Alexis put the address for DCS West. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on the screen. Well, maybe. I don't know if that's working. Anyway, we'll put it, make sure it's available to you all. That way you can have things sent there or drop them off as well. So anything else you'd like to say, Sarah?
Yeah, so just kind of, we're going to close up here and go to subcommittee meetings. I just wanted to encourage you all, if you need encouragement, maybe you don't, maybe you're sufficiently encouraged tonight. Rhonda Paulson, the founder, she does usually does Sundays with Rhonda, and recently she did one on Joshua 1:9, and that stood out to me just on a personal level because I've known that verse since I was a little girl, and it talks about how God's telling him to be strong and courageous. And so with that, I just I remember a time in my life where that became a reality, and I think you probably know what I'm talking about, where something a verse you've heard many times before, all of a sudden it becomes real. And for me, it was a court date for one of my kids, who was when we were foster parents, and we had a really bad court date. From our understanding, it seemed like a really bad court date the time before, and I was so scared of going into this one, just knowing it could go in the same way that that just absolutely, felt like it knocked me flat on my back. And I remember Joshua 1:9, God bringing that to my mind, is that he was with me, he was walking in with me in that courtroom, and he knew what was going on. And take that a step further, a friend more recently, and I think she may be on here listening. She had, during another scary time, much more minor, but my son had to have surgery on his eyes, and it really was a minor thing, but I found myself really, really getting nervous about it, about them, operating on his eyes. And she made the comment to me that God is going before me. And in brief, I just remember going and finding out that he got, like, one of the nurses said to me, "Oh, who's his anesthesiologist?" And I told him, and she was like, "Oh, he's the best. If it was my kid, I would want him to do it." And that what she said to me about God going before me just came back. It flooded back into my mind, because I was like, wow, this is not, I wouldn't have even thought to think about who the anesthesiologist was. And even if I did, I wouldn't have known how to even go about knowing or getting the right one or anything like that. I just walked out of there thinking, wow, God was going before me. And that's what we're seeing in all of this, these connections that are made, the leads that we get, the people reaching out. It's God going before us. It's him preparing the way. And we just need to follow his leadership, as Keith said earlier to me this week, that we just need to keep following his leadership, and he is preparing the way, and he is working out the details. And I know that he's going to, whatever he wants to happen here is what's going to happen. So I just encourage you all, whether you're on a subcommittee that's having a lot of leads and a lot of excitement and stuff happening, or you're one where it just seems like you're hitting your head against a brick wall, that we're just going to keep following God's lead and see what he does. And so that in the end, we can say it wasn't us, it was him. Our next meeting is January 3rd. The plan still is at this point to be in person at Emmanuel Church Garfield Park campus. We meet there the first Sunday of every month, 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. And that is the plan. So, but please be on Facebook, check the newsletter. Facebook is probably the best way to stay up to date. And the newsletter is a good one too. That only comes out once a month though. So please stay up to date, and we thank you all for your time. You're going to be splitting up now, hopefully into subcommittees. If you are not part of a subcommittee and you'd like to be, you're not making a life commitment. You are just doing kind of what they said, working with them, working on leads, talking about ideas and ways that we can spread awareness in the community. So if you would like to do that and you're not, just contact me, email me, and we can get you on one of those. So thank you very much, and hopefully we will get to see you in person in January.